Good morning, people. How are we doing? It's Thursday. I got the day right. Got that wrong on transfer deadline day. Thought it was a Friday. Just had that Friday feeling. But I tell you what, got some positive vibes this morning coming from a certain Cristiano Ronaldo. Not sure if you've heard of him, but he's the greatest player of all time. And I tell you what, at 36, as Trevor Sinclair did suggest, a bit like he did with Rafael Varane, the absolute melt that he is, Ronaldo's past it, isn't he? We basically signed a veteran to come to Old Trafford and not score any. No, we haven't. Ronaldo, I'm sorry, but I'm all aboard the hype train now. I'm all aboard the Ronaldo hype train. Last night, Portugal 1-0 down in the 88th minute. Who pops up with two goals, including a 96th minute winner, becomes the highest international goal scoring footballer of all time, Cristiano fucking Ronaldo, man. I'm here to talk about Ronaldo. I'm here to talk about Manchester United this season with Ronaldo, because I'll be honest, I'm fully on board the hype train, and he's not even made his debut yet. Well, his second debut. But good morning to every single one of you. I'm going to talk about Ronaldo. I'm going to talk about Pogba, Varane, and Martial, all play for France. I'm going to talk about our 4-3 defeat against Stoke in the behind closed doors friendly. I'm going to talk about Erling Haaland. I'm going to talk about Wan-Bissaka, about Varane, about lots of things. So make sure you drop a like on the video and make sure you let me know where you're watching from in the comments. Like our good regulars here. We've got Thomas watching. How you doing, my buddy? Got Dan Hibbard watching. How you doing? Ronaldo Golden Boot is on the way, says Dan. And I tell you what, you really can't argue against that hype. Last night was absolutely sensational. My question here that I want to ask at some point during this video is, honestly, is Ronaldo that big an influence, that big a player that he really does change our Premier League hopes? I always maintained throughout the entire summer that if we didn't sign a defensive midfielder that we couldn't win the Premier League. Does Ronaldo actually just change that on his own? Last night, these are the pictures from him again against Ireland last night. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable he was. Jordan, how you doing, my buddy? New to the channel. Good morning to you on Facebook. If you're watching on Facebook, drop a like on the video and welcome. Like Bedroom's watching from Ghana. We've got Suresh watching from Malaysia. Karen watching from Malta. And Caleb watching from Boston, Massachusetts. Good morning to all of you. Look, Ronaldo is absolutely immortal. I'm seeing that in the comments, and I absolutely agree with it. He's 36 years old, but genuinely, physically, probably more towards 30. More towards someone who's still is at the peak of his powers. When he was 30, he was scoring 50-plus goals a year. So maybe he's not going to reach that level. So I don't think anyone's expecting Ronaldo to score 50 goals this year. But when he left, and this is the big thing. This is the thing I did a tweet about this morning. When he left in 2009, he was the best player in the world. Manchester United were the best club in the world. When he's come back in 2021, he's still the best player in the world. Manchester United are not the best club in the world anymore, but he is going to be determined to get us back to the top. And it really was phenomenal watching him last night, just to see that Portugal weren't playing that well. And Ronaldo's going to be a bit similar to Rashford in the sense that Rashford, a lot of games pass Rashford by, but he'll pop up with goals. Now, Ronaldo does that on a ridiculously more consistent and wider scale. But you just can't rule Ronaldo out. You just can't write Ronaldo off. And so many people have tried to. So many people continue to try to. But he just keeps proving people wrong. Ronaldo is the real GOAT, says Hilal, watching from Accra. Look, it's going to be absolutely sensational. One thing we do need for Ronaldo is service this season, because I think Ronaldo's going to play centre forward. Make sure you check out United People's TV later today. I'm going to have a video on tactics this season with Ronaldo in the team, looking at the different subtleties of formations and lineups that Solskjaer can use to maybe maximize Ronaldo. That'll be an excellent video, so make sure you check that one out. But Ronaldo, man, he is absolutely sensational. Jack B, you're saying Luke Shaw and AWB will look like the best wing-backs in the world. Just float it high in the box and let the rest unfold. Hey, I hope that happens. I hope that happens. Ronaldo's going to score plenty of headers this season, isn't he? I can't wait to see. And this is something I wanted to pull up. This was wicked, actually. This was a Nike advert that was released this morning, I believe. Let me see if I can pull it full screen. You might not be able to hear it that well, but you don't really need to hear it that well. You can just watch it. It's a nice little 1 minute. Hopefully, I wonder if I get done for copyright for this. Well, we'll find out, won't we? I'm promoting them. Big up. Kid from Madeira. I'll be best player in the world.
But later I saw that was what he really was going to achieve.
The hype train is going up and up and up. Mate.
Even outside of the pitch wasn't the good for the middle of it.
I can't wait to see. Honestly.
He's been targeting relentlessness, obsession. It's an alien.
He is alien. That's the only way to describe him. So what you're seeing here, I'll explain it after. Mate, greatness starts with a goal. Greatness starts with a goal. Big up, look, Nike. Big up to Nike adverts. I think this is it here. No, that's not it. Where is it? Further along. That's not it. Oh, I didn't pull the pictures up. Anyway, so what you're seeing there, let's go full screen again, is Nike have unveiled a pitch back in Madeira, which is where Ronaldo grew up back in Portugal. And it's going to be a pitch that is for the new generation of kids to play. But Ronaldo, the greatest of our generation, is going to be inspiring a new generation. It's like a nice cage pitch, old school, proper London vibes there. But that's wicked, man. And I'll tell you what, as I said, I am all aboard that hype train. Got a comment here flying in from Srijat. How you saying? Mate, I don't agree with the title of your show. Okay. Unless we get a proper CDM, it will be really hard to win the league or the Champions League. The best chance we have will be in domestic cup competitions. And look, this is what I said. I've maintained the entire way through that Manchester United's title ambitions hinged on us signing a defensive midfielder. But am I underplaying just how good Cristiano Ronaldo is? Is Cristiano Ronaldo that good that he can take us towards that Premier League title without a defensive midfielder? That's the question I want to ask for you this morning. That's the debate I want us to have in the comments. Thomas, Messi had an awesome team around him. CR7 did it all. Let's not say that Ronaldo didn't have a good team around him at United back in 2007-8, and he did have a great team around him eventually at Real Madrid as well. And team is just as important as the individual. But Cristiano Ronaldo is an insanely different type of individual. Watching from Cameroon, good morning to you. Ronaldo will convert limited chances into goals, says Gang Ming Hee. Don't disagree with that. His conversion rate is going to be fantastic. Anuj, how you doing this morning? I'm sorry if I missed your comments last time. That wasn't on purpose. He's suspended for the next game, and then there's a friendly after that. So will he fly back to Manchester in the next few days? Also need your opinion. Will he start against Newcastle? He is suspended for the next game. Got a yellow, so he's missing that match against Azerbaijan. So we could see Ronaldo. I think his Portuguese coach was speaking about it this morning. Could see Ronaldo flying back to Manchester, getting a nice, relaxing week ahead of what will be his debut against Newcastle. You can pretty much guarantee that Ronaldo is starting against Newcastle. There is no way he doesn't start. And this is a great comment from Jared, a really important comment that we've all got to consider. The leadership of Cristiano will be the key factor to our title chances. Last season, for example, we went top of the Premier League, and I believe it was around about March time, maybe early March. Man United went top of the Premier League. And we did not know what to do with it. We shat ourselves. Our asses fell out. We collapsed. City, after that point, won, was it 13 on the bounce and went on to storm the Premier League. If we had Ronaldo at that point in March, do you really think that we would have collapsed in the same way we would have? No. Ronaldo is someone who is an experienced and serial winner. He doesn't know anything but winning, really. And that's the sort of player who can come in at that particular moment in time. When it gets to the crunch point this season, when it gets to like February onwards, when you're getting toward the FA Cup's really underway, the Champions League round of 16 is beginning, you're getting towards the tail end of the season, what we always class and call as the business end of the season. Having someone like Cristiano Ronaldo in our team at that point is going to make such a huge difference to the mentality of this Manchester United squad. And that is something that we cannot underestimate. We really cannot underestimate the importance of that. Before I quickly move on, remember this, ladies and gents. I'm doing a Ronaldo shirt giveaway on this channel as soon as we hit 205,000 subscribers. Hopefully, I hope we're going to hit it on transfer deadline day, but then nothing really happened on deadline day. It all got a bit quiet. One thing I want to apologize for everybody is the audio on the video yesterday. I know it was out of sync. It wasn't my fault. We move on. That won't happen again. I can promise you, because it annoys me when a video isn't done at the same quality as I would do it. But, you know, we run into problems. Simple as that. Let me see what you're saying in the comments, though. CR7 is the GOAT, says Azarea. Look, he's trying to argue otherwise. Varane and Ronaldo will bring that leadership in the dressing room, says Thomas. Completely agree with you there, my friend. We've made a huge difference to the mentality that we've got inside this squad with the signings that we've made. In Varane and in Ronaldo, we have two serious... There are two people... There are probably not any more... I don't know how to describe this. Last 10 years, name me two players who are used to winning more than Varane and Ronaldo. They're insane. They're absolutely insane. Jadon Sancho doesn't have that much experience, but he's got quality on top of experience that he already has. And he very much does have experience here. Let me go down to the comments here. Say, Rory, look, CR7 and Messi are both the two greatest, and they're each in their own way. The question is personal preference. It is personal preference, Rory. And my personal preference is Cristiano Ronaldo. Simple as that. Anybody else? You got comments? Got questions you want to fire in? Fire them in if you'd like to. Fire in a super chat. Anything that comes into the channel only goes back into the channel. And please, if you'd like to, become a member. Hit the join button down below. Join plenty of people already. Get some perks. Get a lovely badge next to your name. And I always read out members' comments as a priority. It's part of the perks. Like John. How you doing, John? Nice seeing you, my friend. Ronaldo's still a baller. We'll have to outscore everyone like Newcastle under Keegan. At least we've got a defence. And that's what I mean. That I really stayed firm on the fact that Manchester United would not win the Premier League over a 38-game season without a central defensive midfielder. But maybe we're just going to go and beat teams 4-2, 5-1, 5-3, 6-4. Maybe that's just going to be Manchester United's mantra this season. Now, that's something I hadn't really considered, because that's not really it's not really the smart way to go out and win and compete for titles. But maybe I've been wrong all along and to write us off completely. How you doing, Sridget? Thank you very much, buddy. Big up to you for your super chat. Remember Messi winning consecutive Ballon d'Ors when he had Xavi and Iniesta. The day they retired, look at Messi now. The Ballon d'Ors have dried up. The point is, even legends need a good team to flourish. Ronaldo had Casemiro as a central defensive midfielder. And my friend, I will not disagree with you. That's why I've ruled us out. But at the same time, there's a little niggle in the back of my mind going, you know what, Sam? What if? What if? And I'll tell you what, I'm not going to ignore that what if. I'm not going to rule it out. I'd very much put us down as a what if for the Premier League, but I don't think you can rule us out completely. I think that would be foolish. Not when you've got a team like we've got and a player like Ronaldo in it. And at 36, he might be, what, 5-6 years past what his prime is? But he still outscored Lukaku last year, and he was a £100 million striker that came to the Premier League. Say what you want about Ronaldo. He is definitely not past it. Little big man. Was Ole and Carrick watching United need to do that the whole game? Crosses into the box for Ronaldo. Going to be hearing plenty of that celebration this season. I think this season we're looking at the deliveries we've got. Bruno with his lovely whip balls coming in. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, his crosses will improve as the season goes on. I'm going to speak about his improvement in a little bit. Luke Shaw, the balls that he's firing into the box. Paul Pogba with the balls that Ronaldo's going to score plenty this season. And he's such an animal when it comes to headers in the box that imagine United from corners now this year. We get the right corners in. We've got Varane, Maguire, and Ronaldo jumping for headers. Yeah, good luck other teams' defenses. Seriously. DJG, how you doing? Cheers for Super Chat, buddy. If DVB never signed and we got him in the last minute of the window, would we have said that we have a midfield to help us win the league with Ronaldo, Varane? And that's a really cool question. It's a really nice hypothetical idea. You let me know what you think about that in the comments below. If we had signed Van der Beek as a deadline day signing, do you think that would have been enough for us to mentally think, our midfield now is strong enough to go and win the Premier League? I would probably hesitate to say no, but in the same sense, there's a lot of similarities to Saul Niguez's game as there is to Donny van der Beek's. Saul Niguez is a little bit more experienced in playing slightly deeper than Van der Beek, who really is not a pivot midfielder. I did a tweet yesterday saying, look, why don't if only we had a player in our squad that was Champions League experienced, that was strong in possession, that was press resistant, We've got one in Donny van der Beek. I'm not saying that he is he's a double pivot player. He's not. Simple as that. But neither's Pogba and he plays there. Neither's McTominay and he plays there. Neither's Fred and he plays there. Simple. We're going to play the double pivot, so you may as well try Van der Beek out. I think I'm going to have to do a video on Van der Beek next week because it's just odd. The whole situation. So I think I'm going to try and look into it in a bit more detail, see if I can try and maybe piece some things together because there must be something. There must be something that happened. Kieran, great question. How you doing, buddy? Haven't seen you in a couple of days, or maybe I have. I just haven't seen you in the comments. Hi, Sam. How many goals do you think Ronaldo will score this season? You let me know in the comments right now. Type your number. How many goals do you think Ronaldo will score this year? If you look at Ronaldo every single year for the last, well, geez, God knows how long, 9 years probably, he scored like 30 plus goals. When he was 30, so what was that? 6 years ago. So 2015, roughly, he was on like 45, 50, 55 goals a season. He was scoring an insane amount of goals. And he might be 36, but I can pretty much guarantee you that Ronaldo is going to be scoring more than 30 goals this season. That's my own personal opinion. Let me head down to the comments here, see what you're saying. We've got Anikit, you're saying 25. Dreaming of Jaywick, 20. Jameis, you're saying 29. Sandeep, 33. Emmanuel, 31. Pukaj, you're going for the old school. Like repeating 2007-8, 42 goals. Still the greatest individual campaign you'll watch as a Manchester United player. Dan, you're saying 38 goals this season. John, you're saying 33. Matt, you're saying 25, 30. Hey, look. I personally think that Ronaldo's guaranteed to get 30 goals in all competitions this year. I think that's the impact he's going to have. And when you're looking at the matches that last year, there was tons of frustrating draws. Those are the draws that goals from Ronaldo will turn into wins. And we've got the same midfield that we had last year. I don't know. Maybe I think I might have been underestimating the impact that Ronaldo is going to have on our team. That's why I'm asking this question. Craig, how you doing? Good day, Sam. Can't watch stream to the end as I have to start work. Well, good luck to you at work today. And make sure you check out the video I do later on Ronaldo. Going to be doing a Ronaldo tactics video, looking at the formations and the tactics and the team and the starting 11s that Solskjaer could be using with Ronaldo this season. And that is going to be an interesting one to do. I'll be honest, look, 52, mate, imagine. I mean, he's done it before. He scored more than that. Ronaldo in the Champions League is going to be an absolute stormer. Absolute stormer. Can't wait to see that. John, what are you saying? Do you think Cavani will just be an injury backup to Ronaldo now? Absolutely. I mean, there will be occasions maybe where we might see Cavani and Ronaldo play together. That's what I'm going to be looking at in the tactics later, John, so make sure you check that out. Anuj, I'm on an exam until the 11th. After that, there's a Ronaldo game. What a fun day. Exam followed by Ronaldo debut. Well, that's called a crap start to a day with a brilliant end to the day. Fantastic. I'm trying to sort a ticket for that game. As I said, what a year I gave up my bloody season ticket in a protest against the Glazers. The Glazers have really done a job, on us all. The protests, they've muted the protests by signing Ronaldo. They know the sort of impact that signing Ronaldo is going to have on the club, and it's a very smart PR move from them. It's the right move for Manchester United as a club, because if you can bring Ronaldo back, you bring Ronaldo back. But yes, that's the only downside and the caveat about signing Ronaldo is the Glazers have certainly won with that one in a little bit. Good morning to you, Gary Cavania, in the comments. How you doing? Right, we'll move on. We won't move on from Ronaldo. We'll keep talking about Ronaldo throughout the entire thing, but he wasn't the only the United player to play in the internationals last night, was he? Dan, what are you saying? Van der Beek reminds me of Veron, a clearly technically brilliant player who can't find a way into the team. It's an excellent comparison, but with Veron, the only reason he couldn't get into the team is because we had Roy Keane and Paul Scholes in midfield. That's why Veron couldn't get into the team. Van der Beek not getting into the team because McTominay and Fred and Matic, different ball game altogether in that sense. And certainly he has a lot more reasons to be aggrieved than Veron did. Veron, I think we signed Veron after we won the treble, and then we just had such an indomitable team that he couldn't really force his way in. And Veron was an unbelievable player. Srijit, I'm from India, supporting United since '95. Is there any chance we can talk on your live show? That's something I will be building in this season. Don't you worry about it, ladies and gents. I'm going to involve you. United People's TV has always been basically just me on screen. I want to evolve that this season. There's going to be more faces on the channel, and you're going to get involved. So don't you worry about Sridget. You are going to get involved, and make sure you join as a member and get involved, because you don't want to miss out on that as well. And I'll definitely get you as part of it. But as I said, Ronaldo wasn't the only player for United to feature last night. Paul Pogba, Varane, they both played 90 minutes for France. Anthony Martial back into the French team. He got 14 minutes. Sorry, I got distracted by the comment. John said Varane was 0-1-0-2 after Liverpool won their treble, in inverted commas. Right, okay, I got that wrong. But same sort of same concept. As I said, Keane's goals. He wasn't going to get in that midfield. But Paul Pogba, this is an interesting one I want to talk about, because Paul Pogba against Wolves, let's have a look at where he played. He played there as the right of a double pivot, and look at his heat map. Well, he's on the right as a double pivot, but he's playing on the left there. He played for France last night, and he played as a right-hand side of a central midfield 3. And his heat map, there, if you look at that, 2 completely different wings. And this is a big thing about Paul Pogba, man, is Cristiano Ronaldo has made himself the player he is because he's a striker. Ronaldo plays in the same position. Ronaldo will play in the same position. I mean, he could play on the left wing for United this season. I'll put that in the tactics video as well, but he really, really shouldn't. And Paul Pogba is someone who gets played in so many different positions for France, for United, week to week from United, week to week for France. It makes it very difficult for him to get any sort of consistency, because things just change every week for him. And that's something I want to see change with Paul Pogba. I want him to get used in the same position, held in that same position, and nothing really change. That's what I want to see for Paul Pogba. And that's when I think you're going to see the best out of Paul Pogba, like we did in the first game of the season against Leeds. I think if you play him basically where Thomas Lemar was playing there, on the left of a midfield 3, ideally with that midfielder sitting slightly deeper, allowing Paul Pogba, well, in our team, Paul Pogba and Bruno in front of him, and it gives Paul Pogba the freedom up in this part of the pitch. That's where you're going to get the best out of Paul Pogba. But good to see Martial back in the French team. I don't really know, if I'm honest, how he got back into the French team right now, but he did. But moving on from that, an important thing that happened yesterday we've got to talk about, and that was Manchester United having a behind closed doors friendly. We played Stoke. We lost 4-3. Greenwood, I believe, got 2 goals, and Mengi got 1. Teddy Mengi got 1 from centre-back. I believe he played there alongside Phil Jones, who actually exists, and he is a human being, and he plays football. Greenwood, right? We've got to talk about Greenwood, I think. Greenwood cannot stop scoring. Scored in all 3 of our Premier League games so far. Got a couple here behind closed doors against Stoke. He really is just showing himself as truly a magnificent player. And Greenwood and Ronaldo, Greenwood's going to be, whether he got 1 goal, I'm seeing in the comments that Cavani might have got 1. I know Cavani hit the bar with a free kick, but Greenwood this season under Solskjaer with Ronaldo is going to be fantastic. It really is. Greenwood is going to be the player that you can probably expect to benefit the most, I believe, from Ronaldo's role as a role model. Greenwood's going to be looking up to him. Remember, Greenwood's a teenager. It's kind of hard to remember that Greenwood's a teenager. Still only 19, banging in goals left, right, and centre. But he's going to learn so much from Cristiano Ronaldo. Really is going to learn so much. And I'm excited to see how that development continues. It's not as if he's needed to wait until Ronaldo comes in before the development's happened. Look at Greenwood already this season. He is scoring consistently. His performances are mature. His runs are the right. He's making the right decisions. His all-round game is really coming on very, very quickly. And that'll be exciting. Jones plays football, exactly. Well, Jones has played football. And as I said, the best case scenario for Manchester United this season is we get Phil Jones playing a full season without injury, and then we can sell him next year. Basically, that's the only way we get rid of Phil Jones. Otherwise, we just got to terminate his contract. But we move on. As I said, remember this. Anybody who's watching that's new, good morning. There's not that many people watching. I think everyone's a little bit bored after the transfer window, and it's the international breaks. It's going to get a bit quiet. Please subscribe, get involved. If you want to be in with a chance of winning a Ronaldo shirt, you want to be joining, because I'm doing a giveaway at 205,000 subscribers. So everybody, we need to get 300 more subscribers, and then we get that giveaway. A couple comments coming in here. Jones, love your content. Thank you very much. I'm not one to really sort of talk. I don't look at positive comments. Not in that I don't look at it. I don't really highlight positive comments and I don't highlight negative comments. I try and stay in the middle. But I genuinely appreciate that all of you appreciate what I do. I love doing it. I want to make it bigger. I want to make it better. Any suggestions you have for taking the channel up, United People's TV forward, hit me up on Twitter. My DMs are always open at @SamPeoples_. I always take you on board. But let's move on. And this is something we've definitely got to talk about because this summer was, you watched my video yesterday, my review of the transfer window. If you didn't, go and watch it. I gave the window an 8 out of 10. I think that final 20% that was missing was that missing midfielder. But we signed Ronaldo. Now, what does that mean for next summer? Because maybe it doesn't really affect Haaland at all. Haaland is definitely going to be the man that Manchester United get linked with next summer. One thing about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that you have to say about his signings is he's got who he wants. He wanted Harry Maguire. He got Harry Maguire. He wanted Wan-Bissaka. He got Wan-Bissaka. He wanted Varane. He got Varane. He wanted Sancho. He eventually got Sancho. And then Ronaldo came here as an opportunity. And we took advantage of it. Next year, you can pretty much guarantee, and I'll do a video on this. It's not the time to really speak about transfers, considering the transfer window is only just bloody closed. Rice and Haaland. They are going to be the two players that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer goes after. And I've got a bit of an inkling that the reason that we didn't really go after another central midfielder was because Solskjaer wants Rice. Not that sort of Rice. I'm sure he's hungry. He wants Declan Rice in midfield, and therefore he wasn't going to settle on signing another midfielder. He would rather go a season without having one than to bring one in that isn't the one he wanted. Thomas, you're saying Haaland scored yesterday almost 2 against Netherlands. The guy's an absolute goal machine. And if anybody's going to break Ronaldo's goal scoring record, it's probably going to be him if he stays injury-free. Reports here saying that from ESPN, saying that Manchester United are still pushing ahead with Haaland as part of our next summer recruitment plans. And I think that's completely spot on. I think it'll be Haaland and I think it'll be Rice. They're going to be the two players that Manchester United go after next season. As long as we keep our whole team together, that's only going to be the two real players that we need to sign players. Next year will probably be Anthony Martial leaving and Erling Haaland coming in because Cavani's leaving as well. So remember, if that happens, Cavani and Martial leave and Haaland comes in and we've still got Ronaldo for another year and then we've got Haaland to lead our line going forward. You're looking at just a progression, a plan, a long-term thinking strategy for our signings. Absolutely spot on. And Erling Haaland will get to play with Ronaldo in a team for a year. And I think that is going to be a huge draw. If we've already got the draw of Jadon Sancho playing with him and sort of them being best buds, if we've already got the draw of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer being the manager that steered him through the early days in his career at Molde, now we've got the draw of Cristiano Ronaldo being here and Erling Haaland having the opportunity to play with him for a year, which I don't think he'll want to give up on. So for me, Haaland and Rice definitely going to be the two players that we're going after next year. And I'll tell you what, we do that. But seriously, we are on the this team is on the verge of being a complete team. And that's why I was so frustrated about not signing a central defensive midfielder this summer. But if we continue to build on it and we continue to make the right signings, you can't rule us out. John, you're saying, I love Haaland. He's a fantastic player, but won't he stunt Greenwood? As I said, you're going to have Cavani leaving next summer. You're going to have Martial leaving next summer. There's going to be a lot that they're going to be leaving. And Greenwood, you could say that Greenwood gets stunted by Haaland coming in, but I think he gets complemented by Haaland coming in. Maybe we'll switch to a more 4-4-2 formation if we play with two strikers. If you've got three players like Greenwood, Haaland, and Ronaldo, I think you might have to play with two people up front, right? Simple as that. What's this comment here? Gragneys, 500 people watching, only 20 likes. Come on, people. Don't be so... What are you doing? Come on, smash that like button, get involved. It's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. We've signed Ronaldo. We're probably going to win the Premier League, Champions League. We're going to win it all this season. So drop a like on the video. Come on. It's free. Get involved. Haaland ain't coming. He only wants Real Madrid, says Aman CR7. I'm not sure if you heard, mate, but I think Real Madrid might be signing someone else next summer. Although it blows my mind that PSG have turned down. Actually, it doesn't blow my mind. Money does not matter to PSG. They turned down like 200 million euros for Mbappe this summer, knowing that they're going to lose him for free next year. That's enough to buy a lot of football clubs. But instead of cashing in on that, they're banking on this one season, PSG winning the Champions League. So pressure's on for you, Poch. Matthew Planky, what about 4-4-2 this season? I don't think we'll go 4-4-2. We don't have the central midfield for that, if I'm being completely honest. I don't think we have the central midfield for anything. But if you're playing 4-4-2, you're going to play you're not going to get the best out of Bruno. And I don't think Solskjaer will do that. We're going to win everything, says God Lord. Hell yeah, we are. Levi, you're saying Haaland, Rice, and free up some Deadwood, Mata, Cavani, Matic, Lingard, Pereira, and Jones. Look, we've had a good summer this year in terms of Dan James leaving. Ideally, Jesse Lingard would have left for his own good, just as much as our good. Next year, there's still so much to do, just like it is. And it's that's why football sucks us in every single year, because it's different, because the squad's different, because it feels different. And we have a very different look United this year because of the signings we've made, because of the players that have gone on loan. And next year, if you add Haaland and Rice into that, you're looking at one of the best squads in Europe. Simple as that. Mata will leave, says Tom. Also, maybe we'll see CR7 in a Mata role, a role model, and help the youngsters. Yeah, Ronaldo's going to be the best role model we can ever hope for. Simple as that. 3-peat at Man United, says Mr. Sayin. Imagine that. The last dance with Ronaldo. Bang, bang, bang. Hey, there's only one team in the Premier League that's won the Premier League 3 times in a row. That was Man United. Oh, and we did it twice. Stay in your lane, everybody else. The Premier League is our dance ground. And Ronaldo's here to dance, baby. But moving on from Ronaldo, there's something I really want to talk about as well. And I've said to you, I said it before the season started, I said I thought Aaron Wan-Bissaka was probably going to be Manchester United's most improved player this season. I said that having an actual right winger in Jadon Sancho is going to really allow him to develop his game going forward. What I didn't really speak about was how there's also going to be a huge development in Wan-Bissaka from behind him as well. This little clip here from the game against Wolves is fantastic. You can see Varane just speaking to Wan-Bissaka, explaining to him what he sees in the game, says he needs to build. Look, Varane's going to be the perfect role model. I'll play that one more time because it's wicked. Varane's going to be the perfect role model and person for Wan-Bissaka to look towards. The leader that he didn't have behind him in Lindelof last year, the leader that he will have this year. And I think it's going to be fantastic. I think Wan-Bissaka is really going to benefit from that. I think Wan-Bissaka is really going to grow from that. Now, Wan-Bissaka's defensive game, on point, absolutely on point. Wan-Bissaka going forward is where Sancho is really going to help him. That's why we need to get Sancho on the right wing. We started Sancho against Wolves on the left. Nah, man, play him on the right. Play him on the right. We started Dan James on the right, and he's gone now. Simple. Shouldn't be happening. Sancho on the left, Sancho on the right, someone else on the left. Whether that's, I don't think it should be Greenwood. Greenwood should be starting up front easily. Scoring left, right, and centre. Don't play him out of position. Should be Sancho on the right, Greenwood up front, and then you can choose on the left who you're going for. Are you going to go for Anthony Martial? Maybe you go for Martial. And until Rashford comes back, unfortunately, I think Sancho is probably going to get pulled out of position far too often. Far too often. I don't want to see it, but as much as I want to see Sancho on the right, I think we will see him on the left on occasion until Rashford's back from injury. So we've got what? About 5 weeks-ish, roughly, before Rashford's back from injury. That's going to come into the crunch period because, mate, the games come thick and fast for United there. And I think it's October where we have that crazy month. We play like every tough team. People are speaking about Ronaldo on the left. No, I don't want to see Ronaldo on the left. I want to see Ronaldo up front. As I said, I'm going to do my Ronaldo tactics video later. After this video is going to get recorded and published. I think he'll play centre forward. He should play centre forward, but there are a variety of positions that Ronaldo could play in if he wanted to. Who will be the most beneficial goalkeeper this season, says Top Dog. Now, you all know where I stood before the season started. I stood and I backed Dean Henderson to be our number 1 this season. Dean Henderson then had long COVID. He was suffering the effects of COVID. David De Gea was given an opportunity, which he may well otherwise not have got, and he's taken it. De Gea looks like the fax machine De Gea right now. That double save against Wolves, just his overall performances, even against Wolves, something I really saw from De Gea was him actually running out of his box. Him acting, it wasn't like a proper Manuel Neuer sweeper keeper, but De Gea showed a different element to his game against Wolves and Southampton I hadn't seen before. And I was like, okay, maybe De Gea's realised that he has to adapt his game and improve. And if that De Gea comes... De Gea will want to start in this team, man. He's played in some crap teams. He's played under some crap managers at United since Fergie left. He's now sitting there with a team that's got Ronaldo in, Sancho in, Varane in, Maguire in. he's like, right, I want to be part of that. So I think De Gea's got a bit of... De Gea looks like he's got a new spark in him this year, which I didn't expect. As I said, I felt like it was the right time for him on a personal level to leave because of his family. He's got a newborn child. Erdern, she's wanted to go back to Spain. But maybe now is not the right time to go back to the Liga because the Liga is in the mud. Messi's gone. Real Madrid and Barcelona, they wanted the Super League. They couldn't get the Super League. Everyone's leaving. No one can afford to sign anyone, really. Atletico Madrid hopefully will win the league again this year. That's what I want to see happen. But maybe now's not the right time for De Gea to go back. Maybe he doesn't want to go back just yet. And if he wants to stay here, and as I said, if Fax Machine David De Gea circa like 2015, if he wants to come back, then Dean Henderson has no chance of getting in as number one. But United have got real strength and real depth. If we thought that we were spoiled by having De Gea with Sergio Romero as the backup, we're even more spoiled by having De Gea and Henderson as the two top choice goalkeepers at our club. Privileged position. It's not. It's something that Solskjaer will have to manage well. It's going to be hard for Solskjaer to keep De Gea and Henderson both happy. Right now, Henderson's not fit to play. Henderson's had long COVID. He's a bit fatigued. Therefore, it's an easy situation for Solskjaer. When Henderson's back fit, I think it's going to be a tougher situation for Solskjaer to manage. Someone there, any comment yesterday, Sam? We lost. Yeah, we spoke about that. We lost 4-3 to Stoke. Greenwood scored. Mengi scored. Jones played. It's a preseason. It's a friendly game. I suppose a really important thing that I didn't mention. Van der Beek started. Van der Beek got some minutes under his belt. Really. Sam, can I teach some slang from South Africa? Say, "Oh, Kieran." It means hello, and it's pronounced "oh where." Oh, you'd have to send me that after, Kieran, because I can't do that live on the stream. Although I love the South African accent, eh? It's one of the best. That is my version of it. It's a dream scenario, really, says John. Yeah, it's a dream scenario having both of them in the squad. But let's see what goes on this season. Remember when we had Anders Lindegaard and David De Gea, and we were switching them every single week, cup games? That kind of pissed me off, if I'm being honest. I didn't like that. I don't really think you should be switching a goalkeeper in and out. And that's why Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will have a tough time keeping both of them happy. Simple as that. Let's go. Oh, mate. This little fucking snake. You stay in your lane. Look at this. Sorry, I got to bring this one up. Angel Di Maria. I don't give a fuck about Manchester United's number 7. My problem at Manchester United was a coach. Van Gaal was the worst of my career. Mate, get in the bin, Di Maria. Get in the bin. Get in the bin, you dirty little grass snake. You little... Di Maria is probably the transfer I've hated the most. I think Sanchez was the transfer that damaged Manchester United the most, but the transfer I hated the most was Di Maria after what happened when he went to PSG. He never wanted to come to Manchester United. He went to PSG. He is an absolute weapon. And when Ashley Young fired him into the... Remember when we played... Who was it? It must have been PSG. When Ashley Young fired him into the metal railings. Oh, poo-poo. Oh, poo-poo. Get in a bin, little dickhead. Anyway, moving on from him. Any questions? Fire them in the comments. Fire them in super chats. It's all about you. It's interactive. I'll run through everything that you ask me in the comments. Let's head over here. Let's see if anybody is feeling like subscribing this morning. Oh, there you go. Hey, look. Someone's feeling a good mood. We've got nearly 10 more subscribers, but we're still over 300 short. If you are new to United People's TV, welcome aboard. I'll quickly explain what I am and what I do. My name's Sam. This is United People's TV. You all know, well, not all of you know me by now because some new subscribers. I love United. You love United. This is going to be a cracking season with Ronaldo. I like to do interactive shows. I try and make it as interactive as possible with you and the members. If you want to join, hit that subscribe button, get involved. If you'd like to become a bigger, more central member of the United People's TV community, hit that join button down below. If you're watching on YouTube, it's less than the price of a pint, and anything that you do bring gets put back into the channel to make it bigger and better. If you're watching on Facebook, there is also a supporter button you can join. There's a little link in this video. Click that, come through. Plenty of people in there. A nice little private member supporters group we've got on there. It's all good fun. But United this season, it's going to be great. How many members are we on, says Thomas? I think we're just over 100 now, Thomas, which is wicked. That's going to be cracking. My South African accent was on point. Hey, big up to you, Mohammed. I don't know whether Kieran will agree with that. Matthew, you're saying, has Ronaldo's number been revealed yet? It hasn't been revealed just yet, Matt. But let's be honest, we all know it's going to be number 7. As I said to you before, Dan James was 21. He's left. 21 is now available. Cavani's number at Uruguay was 21, is 21. He'll take that 21, and Ronaldo will take number 7. United need to get special dispensation, apparently, from the Premier League, but I don't think we will struggle to do that. Satyaki saying, hi, Sam, make more short videos. Love your short analysis. Don't you worry about that, my friend. Video going out today at lunchtime. Ronaldo at United this season. What are our tactics going to be? What's the formation? What's the best way to get the best out of Ronaldo? That's going out at lunchtime today, and there will be plenty more, so don't you worry about that. Let's see what's going here. Good advice for future streams. Stay true. Best United discussions ever. The way you're involved in the chat is great, says Pukyoj. Big up to you, my friend. Thank you very much. That does mean a lot. Martin, what do you think is our position this season? I've always maintained it. I think it will be second. But what if? That's why I've done the title of this video. That's why we're having this discussion. Ronaldo. Record-breaking Ronaldo. He is an absolute machine. Last night, he got 2 for Portugal. He became the highest ever goal scorer in international football history. And then he scored another one. Now he's on 111 goals for Portugal. He's unstoppable. He's a machine. He's 36, but he's still in the shape of his life. I can't wait to see what Ronaldo does this year. Can he steer us to the Premier League title? I don't think he can, but I can't wait to be proven wrong. And the hype train is real. That debut against Newcastle is going to be brilliant. 11th September. Get that date in your diaries. I hopefully can get a ticket there, but I need to try and get a spare from a friend. But anyway, that's it for today's live show. Thank you all very much for joining in. I think it's going to be a quiet couple of weeks in terms of how many people are joining in, but big up to everyone who did join in. John, Anuj, all the members. Who else was here? Matt Planky, you were here. Kieran, you were here. Oh, look, Kieran. It's actually very on point. Big up. I like accents. I like accents. It's all good fun. But anyway, thank you very much for joining in this morning. If you're new here, please drop a like on the video. It only takes a second. And subscribe if you're new. Everybody, make sure you're here at lunchtime for my Ronaldo tactics video. That's going to be exciting. I'll record that straight away after this. But thank you very much for joining in. I'll be here tomorrow. I think I'm going to go 9:30 a.m. UK time. That's going to be my consistent daily live show time. It's changed. It's chopped a little bit, but 9:30, all right? So big up to everyone. Have a cracking day. Make sure you check out that Ronaldo tactics video. And thank you very much, everybody who sent in a super chat today. Sridget, big up to you. Everybody, I'll speak to you later on. Take it easy.